I made my birthday cake. Yes, I made my birthday cake. I am a professional baker. I ran a professional baking business for 5 years while I lived in the UK. And now that I live in Canada, I just can't see myself baking anymore. Why? I don't know. But today I want to talk to you about seasons. I want to talk to you about how to know that maybe a particular season is over and you need to look for something else. When we moved, I was so excited. I brought some of my baking things. I was so eager to start baking again and offering the same incredible service that I offered people in the UK here. And I was already doing my market research. In fact, just before we moved, I invested in more training to prepare myself for this new place. But the truth is, the move and the new environment and my new reality in this new country shocked me. I couldn't imagine myself baking professionally again. And I struggled with that. Why? This is something I've done for years. It was now part of my identity. In fact, a lot of people knew me as Rume who bakes. And I was happy about that. But the truth is, every time I thought about baking, I froze. My heart sank. I felt a little bit of sadness. And all my brain could remember was the stress. Unfortunately, baking is stressful. And I know some people would say, it's not just baking. Try it and come back and let me know. It's incredibly hard. The creative part of it is the easy part. But bringing it to life and making sure that cake stands can be heartbreaking, especially when you have done a full-time job during the day and you're having to do that at night when your kids have gone to bed and still have to wake up the next morning to go to work. So I had to juggle a lot while I was running my business. But in this new season, I had to go into a place of prayer to ask God, what next? What would you have me do in this new season? A chapter has ended. My life in the UK is over. You've brought me to this new land. What do I do? And I laid all my ideas before him. One thing that made me know that I needed to close my baking business for good or for the foreseeable future, I don't know what God's plans are, is that every time I thought about baking for business, I didn't have peace. Peace has always been an anchor for me to know if I should take that particular path or do that particular thing. And this time, every time I thought about baking, it was like my peace disappeared. So, if you're going through a season or you're just coming into a new season of your life or a new phase and you're holding on to that thing you used to do in the past, but you're having difficulty and you're having this what am I saying now? Or you're having this feeling in your chest that's just not right. Let me encourage you to pray. Pray about it. Ask God if this is what he wants you to do in this new season. And I know sometimes I have to tell myself, maybe it's because I'm in a privileged situation where, I have other sources of income. Maybe it's because I'm too comfortable. No. The truth is, if I stick to what God has said is over, I know I will be frustrated. I've done it before. When I moved from Nigeria to UK, I was running a business in Nigeria, and I thought I could just move and replicate that business in the UK. Oh, I was frustrated. I tried to do it, hang on to it for a few years, but it was so difficult. I started a new business, which was going great. And then I moved cities. When I moved cities, I thought, oh, maybe I could just do the same business from where I was. But you will not believe the cost, the logistics, everything was just so difficult. And I knew it was time to let go and pursue something else. And God gave me something else. So, whatever season you are, trust God. First of all, you need to have a relationship with God anyway, to be able to know and hear his voice. So you know that it's him telling you to move or stop. Don't make any decision in a rush. Don't make any decision in a hurry. Make sure you sit with it for a bit and really get that conviction within your spirit. Now, even if I could do this in my sleep, even if I could decorate a cake I could do so many beautiful designs. I'm so grateful. I have children, I have a husband, I have myself, I have friends, I have family, that if I want to really use that creative bit of me, I can always make a cake for someone. But the truth is, I just don't see myself baking professionally anymore. And I've made peace with that. And I'm feeling very good about that decision. Maybe in the future, God would need me to do that again. And I'll be more than happy to put structures in place so that I don't burn myself out like I used to in the past. But for now, I'm very content with where God has me. He's given me a fresh dream for where I am now. And I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So this is an encouragement to you that no matter what season you are in, God knows best. And he's given us his peace as an anchor, as a way to know which path to take. So I'm going to let you finish watching the decoration. I really loved my cake. It was delicious. And I'm very proud of this creation. So God bless you, and I'll speak to you soon. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Like I said, I loved the outcome, and I'm very proud of this design because this signifies the season I am in right now, which is becoming and blooming and really just showing the world who God has made me to be. So like, share, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. God bless you. Bye.